Hello and good afternoon. Welcome to the ATM, the African True Moors Media. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please do so as we grow and you're growing with me. Today we're going to talk about the go along, get along game. Is Vicki Dillard part of the go along, get along game? Was she sent by Dr. Boyce or Moise Walking, I would say? Let's hear what she has to say. We're not going to go and start from the beginning. This is where I want to start off at. So let's listen to Vicki Dillard as she speaks. Because we're trying to find out, Vicki, if it's someone like one of your subscribers or someone's trolling you to push you to come and talk about Kwame Brown and Dr. Moise Watkins. Don't come here defending him when he put himself in this spotlight caring for the alleged rapist, Charlamagne the hoe. Let's go.
Understand? Those of you that are sitting here saying, Vicki, you need to leave Dr. Boyce. You need to get your own platform. Don't let Dr. Boyce use you. Let me tell you something. Because some of you mean well, but you're basing it off of the stuff that you know. But there are some things in behind the scenes.
Okay, did you just say you're basing it off the things that you know? Exactly. Nobody wants you to leave Moise Watkins because you are a puppet for Moise Watkins.
And there's some information that you just may or may not be aware of, but that's not the point. What I want to make clear is that I'm in a partnership with my brother, Dr. Boyce. And I have my own company. And what's so fascinating? Since I was a girl, I had the word of the Lord that I would reach nations. I wasn't thinking about.
Okay, she want to go Christian. She want to go there. Let's go there. You're going to see in this video, she's going to get back into the fire of talking about her immune system, her sickness. But when someone open their mouth, I don't agree with some people when they speak upon someone ill will and they help, because I don't feel that's appropriate. But if you're going there as a Christian, you should have that faith, not to continue to press on this illness, this sickness that you have. You're supposed to pray about it, leave it alone, and let someone else continue on to water it. After you plant a seed, you let a person know what's going on with you. We're not going to keep on hearing this and using these excuses about your sickness or your immune system or whatever that you have going on with your body. We don't know what's going on. We don't want to keep hearing it. Just come with the business and talk to us, because I believe you're trying to be a part of the go along, get along game.
No nations. I wasn't thinking about influence and power. I was a child. And my life has been a miracle. It has been tumultuous. So,
did you hear what she said about miracle? But she continue on battling with this sickness, this illness. In your mind, your spiritual being, you should be healed. We shouldn't have to keep hearing about that. You should be able to, if you're going to preach and have another segment saying, about what Vicki, she has another little site that she's talking about money in your womb. But if you're going to teach something to someone to have this much of faith that they can have money in your womb, you should have that much faith to be saying that you're healed and teaching someone how to be healed from this sickness that you have. But if you keep speaking it up on your life, you're never going to heal like this. This spiritual being, these foolish people, they speak upon this Christian, but they just as foolish, dangling around with a tassel around their necks. The white supremacists then felt them to a point that they don't know if they're coming or going with this damn Christian shit. I'm sick of this Christian.
I went through an unjust federal investigation, federal grand jury, federal trial, federal sentencing, federal subsequent hearings. And I was looking at nearly 20 years in federal prison.
What they have to do with you, Kwame, and Dr. Moise Watkins, dipping in somebody else's damn business?
4 years in a federal prison in Texas. And they shipped me back here to the West. For the next 6 months, I was in another form of federal custody. Prior to that, I had businesses, employees. I was doing some forms of media at the time, briefly. A local activist organization learned of my work that I was doing on my own. And when I attended a meeting where I confronted a deputy attorney general, they put money behind me on behalf of a national organization that they were connected to at the time called New Bottom Line. And they flew me to Washington, D.C., where I spoke at one of the smaller events. That's the first time I saw, for example, Van Jones. He was the main speaker for an America's Futures Conference. This was when Occupy Wall Street had just popped off. I was doing work before then, but I'm saying that's when they flew me for the first time to D.C. They flew me all different cities. I met in the presence of some different states' attorneys generals before they signed off on the multi-billion-dollar plan for Wall Street's illegality and fraud. I was engaged in much civil work, multiple counties, without an attorney, without proper training, legal training. And I wasn't, quote unquote, winning all the cases. But I was causing so much attention to Wall Street, governmental officials and entities, and federal officials that I became dangerous. In the midst of all that pressure, in the midst of going through separation, loss of properties, loss of resources, name being slandered.
Okay. Through it all. Yes, you've been slandered. You've been through it all. But where do you fit in coming on your platform speaking about Kwame Brown and Dr. Moise Watkins? Who gave you the okay to come on the platform? It's between Dr. Moise Watkins and Kwame Brown. I don't believe everything that she's saying about this situation on Kwame Brown, and some other people then text her and they call her out, so she have to speak about Kwame Brown and Dr. Moise Watkins. We know, the real people know that Watkins put you up to this. Too much long-run stuff, y'all. I'm going to go fast forward with some of this because this is too much.
You don't like a particular political issue with the person. Let me tell you something. Our brother Kwame embraced Tommy Sotomayor, embraced Candace Owens, embraced or shouted out. But some would say disagreeable people. You all text me. You all email.
Okay, that seemed like it's a problem. Tommy Sotomayor, you shouted them out. Candy On and some other people that she know and gonna say we might not agree with them. Oh well, what were you looking for? What were you looking for? Some people are right about Vicki Dillard. She goes after prominent people on Twitter and she constantly she agonized them to a point that they're going to block her because it's too much. She's a nag. I think she's a pest when they're dealing with those prominent people. She choose and pick the people that she's going to go around. She's been around this Dr. Moise Watkins for a while. She have a lot of his tricks. So don't come on here acting like you're defending yourself because some people call you out for not taking up for Kwame Brown. So you're not in the middle of it. This is between men. Like one of those trolls, that's what you call them, said, about tread lightly, Vicki Dillard. This between men, Boyce Watkins was exposed. You have nothing to do with it. You should never even spoke. Nobody asked you to come in and speak on it. You could have, just like a lot of other people have gotten on your nerves. You want to be seen. That's why you go after people like Tamika Mallory that block you. Megan McCain block you. Who else? Roland Martin blocked you. Who else blocked her? Jamel Hill blocked you. Who else? This other reporter, Don Lemon blocked you. Dang. Seems like Vicki Dillard wants to be in the spotlight so bad. So do y'all think that Vicki Dillard is a part of the go along, get along game? Or is this a witch hunt?
Me, you all DM'd me and said, Kwame is shouting out these people. Did I stop respecting Brother Kwame? I settled on the good part, didn't I? I focused on what I believed was the good that he was doing.
We don't buy that one bit. After the tension was between Kwame and Dr. Boyce, you stopped posting things because you didn't like that he was shouting out people. So, shout out to Kwame Brown. They ought to block her. She loved to hear herself say, "Oh, don't you know they blocked me? Oh, all the different little high-level networks have blocked her. Poor Vicki."
But someone who doesn't restrict my voice on this network, you all know you had to watch me on Your Black World the other day because we couldn't even go live here on Planet Men. Some of you have asked, Vicki, how can I give money to you? This isn't my network. I'm one of the affiliates and one of the associates here. I have my own company. And I work for a black man that helps my company. And I still get to keep my own opinion.
Yeah, you worked for a black man before with the radio station. So, that part, what are you talking about? Make it make sense, Vicki. Quit the shenanigans with this Dr. Boyce Watkins. Quit it. Because we know you were sent by him. He's exposed. He has nothing to do with it, but he wants to come and put his 2 cents in Roman conversation. Stay in your lane, Dr. Boyce Watkins. And Vicki Dillard, bow down. Bow down. Because this was with the alleged rapist, Charlemagne the God. So Boyce Watkins is close to him, so he sends out his hound out, his little pet, Vicki Dillard, to talk to the audience. Let's hear her.
The network I'm on, a black man. There are things that I agree with one, and I disagree with the other. I agree with one and disagree with the other. But some of you have demanded that I pick a side. Some of you have told me what I better and better not do. And some of you who were really good supporters to me personally have told me you're going to stop giving me resources. I got to tell you a story.
Why do this lady feel that she's so important that Kwame needed to hear from her? That she is so full of it. It's crazy. This lady said they came after her and said what she better and better not do. So she took it upon herself to clout chase. She's doing the job of a coward. This man, Dr. Boyce Watkins, he came after Kwame, Vicki Dillard. He was on honeymoon, supposed to be enjoying the best day of his old ass life. He chose to pick on this young man that's not bothering him. This young man was talking to shot man of God. I don't give a damn if he was tight with Dr. Boyce Watkins. He was not talking directly to him. Y'all started off talking nice about Kwame. But when Kwame didn't want to give you the attention that you wanted, now the shoe is turned around. Y'all going after this young man. But Kwame, keep your head up and continue to speak against these thugs. These go along, get along thugs.
I gotta tell you a story, because some of you all got me twisted. Do you think that the U.S. government was afraid of me and tried to silence me? Do you think I stood in the face of all that to be afraid of somebody trying to buy me? You better go sit your funny-looking self down somewhere. You better go somewhere. Somebody put hashtag 300 in the chat. I said somebody please put hashtag 300 in the chat. Because people got me confused. Why put 300 in the chat, Vicki? Because I conquer best that way. I explained to you recently the story of Gideon and reminded you that he had 30-some-odd thousand soldiers initially, and they were still already outmatched nearly 3-1. Might have been more than that. But the God dwindled down his 30-some thousand soldiers all the way to 300. The 300 is who the Most High used to defeat his enemies. That 300 was effective. They were elite. Y'all know that the Vicki Show is the home of the hand claps and the gavel raps, don't you? None of you can buy me or control me.
I'm sorry, Vicki, nobody's trying to buy or control you. That Christianity has taken your life over for the worse. Because you speak about good one way, and another way, you can tell you're babbling in your faith. You're babbling in your faith. Pay attention to how you come across when you talk about your faith within your health, within your life, and how your third eye of your understanding, critical thinking, can be misplaced in any given time. So don't be so spiritually, earthly bound, because you will find yourself looking through this dark window of your own demise. So pay attention and slow down, and don't you never think that you're above anybody. Because if you knew who you really were, you wouldn't have to explain yourself. You double talking when you're speaking. That's the thing about you. You double talk. But nobody really seems to see this all the time. But that's why us black people are easily detoured or easily distracted or taken off our horse, because all we have to hear someone speaking about Christianity, because we're so doomed, we are so overwhelmed with it, we are dangling. They didn't control us so bad, they play mind games on you. That's why I do not get too heavily and overbound with this Christianity stuff, because you're gonna be like a wave in the sea. You're unshakable. Not really unshakable. You just not balanced right when you're like a wave in the sea, up and down. Just listen to you.
Because my assignment is divine. And when I feel compelled by the Spirit to discuss something, or to say something, or not to say something, I don't. And if you find it difficult to rock with me, family, I say this with all due respect. 45, Colorado, Wyoming, Oklahoma, Texas. I was in 4 states.
Okay, guys, I know we've been here a minute, and she does have a long-winded vocal when she's doing her thing. So we're going to watch her. We're going to listen to her a little longer. But go ahead on, guys. I stopped it for the sake. Don't forget to subscribe. Let's get to that 1,000 subscribers. I'm at, 100 and something subscribers at this point. I haven't been really doing a lot of videos. But I know it takes time to continue to build your content and to be creative. So I'm working on being more creative and bringing more content. At least putting up at least 2 videos or 1 each day. So subscribe to the channel, like, and I appreciate it. But we're going to cut this short. We're going to listen to her a little long, but we're going to cut it short.
I was probably in at least 6 or 7 jails or prisons while they were ultimately taking me to Texas. My experiences were not great. My experiences were not wonderful experiences, beloved. But I went through them alone. One prisoner, after they black boxed me, if you don't know what black box is, you better ask somebody that know, and shackled me. When I saw them out later forced to be transported to the next place, she said, I heard you singing. I was singing at this particular facility because the room was so small and gray. There was very little human interaction and communication.
When I look at this young lady, Vicki Dillard, I think about myself. When a person go out their way and they are eager to help you or do the things that they do for you, I don't know if it's for good or bad. So she feel the need, right? The reason why I'm saying it, because her and this Moise Watkins, he gave her an opportunity, gave her a chance to bring her on the platform, to feed her, to carry her. So she feel the need to have his back, because he has opened up a big avenue for her. And when a person open up the avenue in their heart to you, and you are compelled to be there, to stand there for them, and have their backs as much as they had yours, to be a backbone. And this is what this lady is doing with this situation with Dr. Moise Watkins. First of all, that's your brother. That's your friend. Kwame Brown is nothing to you. You just held one of those long drawn videos about Kwame. You spoke very well. She's a good person, but we need you to bow down. It's not your business. Dr. Moise Watkins, like I said earlier, he put himself in this position. You don't know Kwame Brown, so you owes nothing. You owes no explanation. But we know and we feel it that you were eager to have Dr. Moise Watkins back, because he put himself in a situation that he's back against the wall now. Now everybody is going after him because he had no business. He was wrong for it. And I know that you feel that, and you know that he's wrong for it. And a lot of things he has done to other women that would fly Nubian Queen, that you know of it. But you refuse to speak up against it because of the things he done for you. You owe him, not no one else. And you felt the need to be so wrong and so evil-minded to not to speak up against wrong. So how could you be so spiritual and speak so highly about this spirituality that you run around with? Money in your womb. Take it out and see the wrongs, the wrong that he has done. That's like the saying, say the speck in someone else's eye. How can you see when it's in your own eye? So if you're not seeing nothing in your eyes, you won't see it in Dr. Moise Watkins' eyes. Make it make sense, Vicki. Because we know that you owe nothing to Kwame, but we know that you came on a mission for your friend, your brother that you call, your boss that you call, that then gave you an opportunity that nobody ever gave you. Even though you say you have your business, you be able to get 100% of your, how would you say? You say you get 100% of the money, the revenue that you get when you're dealing with Dr. Boyce Watkins. But what about when you are on this platform with this radio station? You don't give him no credit. Everything goes to Dr. Boyce Watkins. So is Vicki Dillard part of the go along, get along game? This is the ATM. I appreciate you from sitting in and listening. You have a great day. And I'm out of here.